Before the world ends, it must be born again, and before it dies, it must burn. Long before Odin, the All-Father, ruled the 9 realms from his golden throne in Asgard, before Thor's mighty hammer Mjolnir struck thunder from the heavens, even before the first men spoke the names of the gods in hushed reverence, there was a whisper carried on the coldest winds, a secret shared between the primordial giants of ice and fire. It was a whisper of an ending, a prophecy not written in runes on stone, but carved into the very fabric of existence, in the heart of ice and the soul of flame. This was the promise of Ragnarok. The story of this end begins not with a bang, but with a silence. It starts in the deepest, darkest caverns beneath the earth, with the trickster god, Loki, bound in unbreakable chains. His punishment was eternal, a serpent dripping venom onto his face, a constant torment for his transgressions against the gods. But the physical pain was nothing compared to the venom brewing in his own heart. A venom of bitterness, of betrayal, and a silence as heavy and suffocating as the void itself. He was the catalyst, the spark waiting for the right moment to ignite the final fire. And he did not wait alone. In the shadows, his children grew, their power swelling with each passing age. They were the instruments of the coming doom. Fenrir, the great wolf, bound by a deceptively slender ribbon, a creature of such immense strength that his destiny was to one day break free and devour the sun itself, plunging the world into an endless night. Then there was Jörmungandr, the Midgard serpent, grown so vast that his coils encircled the entire world, his massive head biting his own tail. He lay dreaming in the depths of the sea, waiting for the signal to rise and poison the very air and water with his lethal breath. And finally, there was Hel, Loki's daughter, the stoic queen of the dead. Banished to the bleak realm of Niflheim, she ruled over the souls of those who died without honor, her face a mask of cold indifference, smiling at no one, for she knew that soon all souls would be hers to command. The gods of Asgard looked upon Loki's progeny and called them monsters. They feared their power, their lineage, their prophesied roles in the great unraveling. But perhaps they were mistaken. Perhaps monsters are not simply born of chaos. Perhaps they are forged in the fires of fear and rejection. They are the reflections the gods refuse to see in the mirror, the consequences of their own pride, their own cruelty, and their own desperate attempts to control a fate that was never theirs to command. The prophecy foretells the moment it all begins. The chains binding Loki's son, the mighty Fenrir, will finally shatter. The earth will tremble, mountains will crumble, and the sky itself will split open. From the churning, enraged sea, Jörmungandr will rise, his colossal form casting a shadow over the world as he unleashes waves of venomous tide. Fenrir, his hunger boundless, will race across the land, his lower jaw scraping the earth and his upper jaw touching the sky, swallowing the sun and the moon, extinguishing all light. The legions of the dead, led by Hel and her father Loki, now free, will sail from the underworld on a ship made from the fingernails of the dead. Odin, the wise All-Father, will see the signs. He will sound the Gjallarhorn, the call to war that will echo through all 9 realms. He will mount his 8-legged steed, Sleipnir, and ride to the battlefield of Vigrid, knowing full well that victory was never his to claim. He will face Fenrir, the wolf he once helped to bind, and meet his prophesied end. Thor, the mightiest of the gods, will engage in a final cataclysmic battle with his ancient nemesis, the World Serpent. He will strike the serpent down with a final thunderous blow from Mjolnir, but as the beast falls, it will spew its venom upon him. The god of thunder will take 9 steps before succumbing to the poison, falling to the scorched earth, his own life burned away from within. And through it all, Loki will laugh, not a laugh of triumph, not a cheer of victory, but a laugh laced with profound sorrow, for he, more than anyone, understands the true nature of Ragnarok. It is not an act of simple vengeance. It is a cosmic rebalancing. It is the necessary fire to melt the suffocating frost of an old and stagnant age. It is the cleansing storm that must sweep through the sky to make way for clear horizons. Ragnarok is the end that births a new beginning. When the smoke finally fades and the roars of battle fall silent, the gods will lie dead upon the broken earth. The world will sink beneath the waves, cleansed and purified. But it is not the end. From the ashes of the old world, a new sun, brighter and warmer, will rise. A new world will emerge from the sea, green and fertile. A handful of gods will survive, and 2 humans, Lif and Lifthrasir, will emerge from the world tree Yggdrasil to repopulate the earth. And somewhere, in that new, quiet world, the wind will begin to whisper again. A new story, a new cycle. For in this grand cosmic tale, one truth remains eternal. Every ending begins with a promise. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of Norse mythology, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more stories from the ages. We'll see you next time.